Okay, let's go over this one more time, all right? I just want to make sure that we have everything. There's a lot of characters here, and you need to keep them straight, okay? First one is Marcus. Marcus is the one I saw on YouTube. He's the whole reason I discovered this cafe. Now, here's the deal. He thinks that this new show, Perks, is all about him. Just let him think that, okay? Because we'll get more from him that way. He'll give us more because he loves to be the center of attention. Now, you also need to know Tim. He's the guy that owns this cafe. Now, Tim, he talks about God constantly. And he gets a little upset when you tell him to tone it down, so just let him talk. Let him talk. We'll edit it out and post later, okay? Now, let's see, Sam. Sam used to be a part of the show, and, well, she's gone now because she went on a summer vacation for the entire summer. Oh, yeah, it was a big fiasco. Now, you need to know about Abby. It was great, by the way. Abby, she's a little complex, but she's pretty nice. But see, here's the deal. Every once in a while, she'll say some things she shouldn't say. But you got to keep the camera on because she'll catch herself. But you can catch some good stuff before she does, all right? Now, Laura, she's the barista. She's a sweetheart, but you don't want to get her on your bad side. And let me tell you, there's this lady that keeps coming in. She does something with websites. She blogs, I guess. I don't know, but she's up to something. Got long hair. You'll know her when you see her. Just watch out for her. And the last person you need to know about, there's this guy. He sits over in the corner. I don't know anything about him because he won't really talk to me at all, but you got to get to know him because there's something going on there. Any questions?
I don't think so. I'm just thrilled to be working with the Dirk Oliver. I promise to do my very best for you.
Hey, that's all I can do.
Remember when paying attention to detail was important to building things that last? At Omega Home Improvements, we believe that your siding deserves that same attention to detail so it too is built to last. We specialize in a foam back insulated panel that features 5 times the energy efficiency and is 4.5 feet longer than other panels used on homes today. We're Omega Home Improvements, doing it right from beginning to end.
At S&T Bank, we've got a new account for people with busy lives. It's called the Preferred Account, and it's full of everything you need and none of what you don't, like free anywhere ATM transactions. So you never have to make a special stop to save a fee. The Preferred Account in S&T Bank. It's your life. We just made it a little easier.
Bradley Physical Therapy was a place I wanted to be, not a place I had to be. And that made all the difference. Their scheduling, it's so amazing that because I teach, I have to come after school. So they would work that with me. And even if I would call and say, oh my goodness, we have a teacher's meeting tonight, they would reschedule it for the next time. And they worked with me every time. It was never a burden, never a hardship, and it was always easy.
Senior Care Plaza is a family-owned, long-term care residence that provides a nurturing home and a high-quality care program. If your loved one can no longer care for themselves, it's time to think about Senior Care Plaza. We call it care. You'll call it home. If you've been looking for a high-quality, top-rated personal care home with your specific needs in mind, Senior Care Plaza in McKeesport, Pennsylvania may be for you. Senior Care Plaza.
Be ready. Hey, Marcus! Good to see you. How you been, man?
Oh, I've been good.
Hey, I want to introduce you to someone. This is GiGi Morris. She's my assistant. She's going to be our right hand during the show.
Is that right?
That's right. Need to get to know her.
Oh, yes.
Marcus. I just love your show and I never miss it. Perks is really going to perk with you as the star.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, that is very kind of you, GiGi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen, I am the go-to guy around here, so if you need anything, just ask me. Of course, unless I'm filming, of course, you know what I mean? Then I'll be busy, right? You know what I mean?
Doing his job.
But definitely, hey, listen, I have to go catch up on the help, so I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
All right, do what you do.
Definitely.
How did I do?
It was pretty good, not bad. The only thing is you want to be careful not to lay it on too thick, okay? Now, I realize kind of a fine line to walk there, but you'll get used to it because you don't want them to catch on to what's going on here, all right?
It's going to be great to learn from the master.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Perfect.
Okay, so I downloaded it onto my iPhone, and I hit just randomly girl, and it came up with this thing, victories. When have you experienced God in your victories? I mean, it's just what I do. I just hand this to my daughter and say, hey, answer this.
Not advisable to use it while you're driving. So if she's able to read, hand it to her and let her read it in the back seat. But yeah, answer questions. We'll pass around the car. And sometimes we'll set up to just focus on one child if I have one child in the car, or all the children in the car. And we can lock on a topic and stay on the topic like victories, or we can move between topics of victories to money, to faith, family, friends, character, values, and all those other topics. There's about 16 topics loaded in.
It's tough. I mean, life is going by so fast, and things are so crazy. It is tough to have those moments, but I can see, taking time. I mean, you got time when you're standing in the grocery line. You get time, just as a conversation starter, and is that why you did this?
Well, I drive my son back and forth to high school for basketball practice. And remember the old commercial for Reese's peanut butter cups, where the chocolate found the peanut in a peanut butter jar, and they came together to make the peanut butter cup.
Right.
Well, same thing here. My son's using the technology in the back seat, listening to music, and I want to connect. So I thought, how can we take the technology he loves with my need to connect with him as a son? And this is my oldest. He's 1,000 days away from going to college, and I want to be a bigger influence in his life. So that's how it began, was with that advent of merging the technology with my need to parent better.
So does it work? Is it working?
It is working, yes. The best place to use it, we found, is not so much in the home. In the car driving, ideal. Waiting in a restaurant for food. Waiting in line at Disney World. Grocery stores. That's the best place to use it. We have time to kill, and you can take it out and ask and answer a few questions. They're all open-ended, age and gender specific. The database is built, and there's something in it for everybody.
Do they ever throw this back to you and say, Dad, you answer this question?
They do. In fact, you'll see kids, they'll be competitive in the car, where a question is intended for one child, and the other two will want to answer it, even though it's not theirs, just to kind of have round-robin sharing.
Well, it doesn't seem like I just hit the shake button again here, and it'll also work if I just shake it, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Hence the name. Convershakn was, it's a shakeable device as well as spurs conversation.
Okay, where can Satan be found? I mean, that's
pretty profound, huh?
Yeah, and it's not just all, like if kids aren't, let's say, I've got a number of folks in my church that are just looking for ways to develop, once again, keep this relationship. I mean, when kids, as kids are growing with life changing so fast, the idea of maintaining your relationship with your kids, it's a tough thing. And I know that some parents, their kids maybe aren't there with their faith. Are there other topics besides faith?
There's 16 different topics. You can turn on or off any topic. So let's say you're not a person of faith. You can turn off the faith questions if you so desire, or you can turn off dating if you're not ready to have the conversations with dating with your child. So, it's quite customizable per child as you build the profile in the profile section.
I mean, this is a really cool thing. I got this guy here. It's pretty tech savvy. Hey, Marcus, come here, buddy. Why don't you check this out?
Okay.
This is a new app on my iPhone.
Okay.
It's called Convershakn. And what it does is it's a conversation app to help build things up. And I know you're really a tech guy, and I know you like to see it. Just hit shake here, or you can even just shake it, and it comes up with a question for you. And it's really cool.
Convershakn.
Yeah.
All right, then. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cool, thanks.
Hi. I can take your order if you're ready. I recommend the Simacino's. They're a cafe original. Or if you're in the mood for a pastry, you ought to try the apple popover. Our chef Marcus has made them. They're really fresh and very good.
And who are you?
Excuse me?
You're not on my list. And Dirk didn't mention you as an employee.
Oh, that's probably because I'm new here. I'm Annie. I'm Tim's niece. I'm helping him out for the summer while Sam's on vacation.
What is it about Sam? Why did she take a break? Is she sick or something?
No, she just decided to go on vacation. Kind of put my uncle in a lurch.
Really? Abby doesn't have a problem with it?
Well, hey, Annie, good
Ah.
to see you again. How
Hey,
you
Dirk,
been?
nice to see you too.
Hey, you know what? You've only been here a couple days, and you look like you're already doing a fantastic job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, have you met my assistant, GiGi?
Yep, just met her.
Just met her. You know what? Can you excuse us for just a minute? We need to go over a couple things.
Sure.
Is that
Nice
fun?
to meet you, GiGi.
All right. GiGi, what are you doing?
I was just trying to figure out who Miss Goody Two Shoes is. I mean, she's not on the list you gave me.
You know what? She's the owner's niece. Look, life is not all about lists, okay? Don't make it like that. Look, here's what you need to know. Here's the key. We want these people to like us because when they like us, they'll talk to us. We don't want to make them our enemies. You understand? All right, just lighten up and get with the program.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, watch. Watch this and learn, okay? All right. Well, hello there. You must be Mrs. Dupree. I am Dirk Oliver, a friend of Marcus. He's probably told you about me, I assume. And may I say, you look stunning this evening. Absolutely lovely. It's such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Dirk Oliver.
Yes.
I've been wanting to talk to you.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Look at there.
Yes, Mr. Oliver, we're going to get some things straight right here and right now, Mr. Oliver.
You don't have to call me Mr. Oliver, just call me Dirk.
I am glad that Marcus's dreams are finally being realized.
Yes.
But I hope that they're not coming at a price that my grandson cannot afford, if you get my meaning, Mr. Oliver.
Well?
He did not have an easy time coming up. And if it's within my power, he will never hurt like that again.
Sure.
I'm going to be keeping my eye on you. And if you do anything to hurt him, use him, or betray him in any way, you will have to answer to me.
Understood.
Now, and don't think I won't find you, because be sure I will. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Of course.
I do have to use the powder room. Pardon me. Excuse me.
So, is that how it's supposed to go?
No, that's not how it's supposed to go.
She seems intense.
Well, you know, some people just take a little more work than usual. I appreciate a good challenge. She'll come around. You just wait and see.
His place, his place.
Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kivahan Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today. Through tonight's His Place program, you can make a difference. If you want to continue to help the message of Cornerstone Television and His Place specifically, if you go to Convershakn.org, that's Convershakn.org, and you download the app that will also help your family and help you to keep those conversations going with your kids, every download, Cornerstone Television will get 40 cents for that download to continue our ministry here at Cornerstone Television. So why don't you go to the web and go to your app store and say, hey, you know what? I want to download this app for Convershakn. So you can go to Convershakn.org and find it there, or find it at the app store and just download it, and that'll let us know that, you know what, you're helping your kids and you're helping Cornerstone Television and His Place all at the same time. So go to the web now.
Hey, Mr. Wiley, check this out. Now, this is an iPhone, and it has apps, well, applications. You check this out a little bit. I want to show you something.
Why would I be interested in something like that? I don't need any apps. I have a phone and fit right in my pocket.
I forget about that. Listen, I want to play this game with you, so I want to play. This game's called Convershakn. Now, it's an application that what you do is you shake it up, okay? Then a question comes, and then you just answer it.
So you want me to shake this up and get a question to ask you?
Yes.
When will Mr. Wiley get his cup of coffee?
Here's your coffee, Mr. Wiley.
Jiminy Crickets. This thing really works.
Give me this. Goodness.
When you're working on this thing and you're passing this back, are you hearing good reports about what people are saying about the app?
Yeah, so far there have been 8 reviews on iTunes. 7 of the 8 were 5 stars. The only one that didn't rate it 5 stars is a 4-star because the child is only 6. And it's really recommended for 8 or greater. Doesn't mean a child of 6 couldn't answer their questions, but the comments have been quite positive. So pretty blessed and encouraged by what we've heard so far.
Well, it's very cool because our once again our lives are so busy. The idea of creating these conversations with our kids can sometimes be scary. I mean, it can. What do I talk about? They don't want to hear about. They don't want to hear how's school. Because that just throws them into a whole other world. What they want is to know that you care and you get to the questions that I've seen are questions that make you think, and they're questions that I want to answer as well, and maybe develop this conversation with my son, with my daughter.
And the answer isn't fine. How was your day at school? Fine. This is really to break that communication habit in the family, and the depth of it is if you answer to one question, you can ask 5 more follow-up questions before you even shake it again. My 9-year-old and I were traveling one time from a basketball game, and in a 40-minute trip, we only asked 3 questions because we went deeper, and that's where the goal is, as you go deeper into the subject matter.
Now, it's only available on the iPhone, the iPad, and the iPod at this stage in the game.
Yes.
But you're developing it for the Droid?
Yeah, there'll be a Droid version that comes out. It may be in the next several months, but there'll be a Droid version for it. But right now, it's on all the Apple products.
Now, are you an app developer?
I'm not. No, I'm a manager of a window and door company.
So this was just something that God spoke to your heart and said, you know what, you got to do this.
He did. He said, the Lord put in my heart through going through a class I was going through in our church in a small group, but it convicted me to make a difference. And like Nehemiah in the Bible, the wall needed to be built. I didn't see anything like it on iTunes, so I went forward and pursued it and just obediently took the step after step after step to start the company, find a developer, partner with him, develop a marketing plan and get it out.
Now, I noticed the background is a wall. Is that why? Because of Nehemiah?
Nehemiah. That was the theme. Was the Nehemiah wall was the inspiration somewhat behind my nudging to take it and run to completion with it.
Now, you've got it broken down by different age groups, so the questions are specifically geared toward that age group, and as I get older, it's more thought-provoking, more challenging?
Perfect example, for a 19-year-old or 18 to 22, a question such as, tell me about the pitfalls of credit card debt. Not going to ask an 8-year-old that. It may be a little bit too deep for them to handle the question of credit card debt. That's just one example. I do have, ironically, in their question about tell me what the meaning of life is. An 8-year-old, I'm curious what their response might be, which may be different than a 13-year-old or a 20-year-old, but it may be a starting point for a conversation.
Now, you've got kids ages what to what?
They are between 9 and 15.
And they've gone through, I'm sure, most, if not all, these questions?
No, once in a while they'll come up a second time, and if they see a question for the second time, they'll just hit shake again. But I would guess we've not been through even a fourth of the questions yet.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're doing it right, you're going deeper, not racing through them.
So it's just you actually develop this relationship with your son or your daughter as you're asking these questions, and are not embarrassing questions that they're going to go, or if it's a little tough for the kid to handle. I mean, not that it'd be a tough question, but it's like, I'm not really ready to answer. They can just hit shake and go to the next one.
Right, hit shake and go on to the next question and bypass it and go on. So it's quite random. You can, like I said, stay on the subject or choose among the subjects, and it gives you a lot of variety.
That's very cool.
Well, thank
That's
you.
very cool. I think that
Everyone in the cafe tonight is playing this new game called Convershakn. You shake this, and it gives you a question to start a discussion. Let's try it.
I really don't want to.
Oh, here's a good one. Tell me the last time you displayed love to a person who didn't deserve it.
Are you kidding me?
No. Let me try to explain it. Let's see.
I understood it. I don't need your help.
Okay, then. Let's try a different question. Okay. How do you react to attacks on your character?
You are serious, aren't you? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Tim is your uncle, so you probably go to church with him. Never mind. That explains it.
Well, hi there, Walt.
It's Mr. Wiley, and you're sitting in my booth.
Okay. Sorry about that, Mr. Wiley. Now, look, I just wanted to introduce myself.
I know who you are. You're Captain Dirk. You're here to try to make Marcus our big star. You saw his show on a hula tube, and you want to put him on TV.
Well, that's close. It's close. The name is actually Dirk, with a K, Oliver. I saw him on YouTube, and it is going to be a great reality show, and it's going to star everybody in this cafe.
Well, la-di-da. Good for you. Oh, Lottie. Let me help you there.
Thank you, Walter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Be careful.
Thank you very much.
Can I join you?
Please join me. I'm so happy that we'll have a chance to talk. It was so nice of you to join me for church last Sunday. I really enjoyed your company. And I was thinking that this Sunday, if we could leave a little earlier, like maybe you could pick me up at 10 o'clock instead of 10:15, and that way we get to church in time so that my pew is not so crowded.
Well, Lottie, I won't be joining you at church this Sunday.
Oh, okay. Well, the next Sunday then. We can just go down and you can...
No, not Sunday neither.
Walter, are you trying to tell me something? I thought you were enjoying the time we've been sharing together.
I am very much. Lottie, I haven't been to church since my Josie died, and I thought I could do it. And sitting there with you, I realized that I can't.
I'm so sorry for the grief and the pain that you're still feeling. And I'll pray for you. I will. But Walter, please rest assured, we will always be friends. Always. You can rest assured in that.
I know we'll be friends, let me tell you, but I don't know what God plans, and you don't know what God is going to plan. But I do know this one thing. I can't understand why he would take my Josie away so soon. And Lottie, I'm sorry, but we can remain friends, but it won't include church.
I understand. I understand.
Did you see that? Did you see that? I mean, that is exactly what this show needs.
But it's about church. How are you going to fix that in editing?
No, see, you're missing the entire point. You're missing it altogether. Reality TV show is about emotions. It's about relationships. It's about personalities. What you just witnessed there. That was powerful. I mean, this is great. I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but I never realized it would be anything like this.
Looks like got a lot on your mind.
Yeah. Looks like you caught me there. I guess I do.
Yeah. Well, how's everything been going? Is it going all right? Filming going well?
Yeah. It's good.
Good. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Tim. Look, we just captured the most poignant conversation between Mr. Wiley and Marcus's grandmother. And I got to tell you, Tim, I've seen a lot of things because I've done a lot of reality TV, but I think that moment may have taken the cake.
Really? How's that?
I don't know. I guess I've just been away from the area so long that I really forgot how important religion is to people. You know, it's like it's ingrained, and it's part of who they are. They rely on it, you know?
Well, that's true, but, you know, Dirk, maybe that's part of your struggle here. It's not really about religion. I mean, religion is the traditions and the things like that we have, they help us to remember God. They help us to see signs of God. But what Lottie has is really a relationship.
Relationship.
Yeah, because see, God really never wanted religion. He wanted always relationship. And he wants us in his presence. He wants us, it's like, I want you here in my cafe, but if the door was locked, then you couldn't come in. And it's kind of that way with God, where God wants to have this relationship, but he couldn't have this relationship because we have the door locked between us and him, and that's sin. And so he sent his son, who died on a cross, and that sacrifice covered our sin. And so that we can now have relationship. And when you have that kind of relationship, I mean, it's a love relationship. It's like, hang on. I know you got that smirk on your face.
What?
Okay, the reality is, have you ever had somebody that really, really loved you?
I don't know.
Well, see, maybe that's part of the problem, is that God really, really loves us. And he wants to have that kind of relationship. And that's what Lottie's found. That's what I found. That's why this place is here, because of the love relationship that we have that we want other people to know about. Maybe you get a little taste of that. Maybe that's really why you're here,
Maybe.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Graham.
Hi.
Well, you are in luck.
Why is that?
Well, Walter won't be taking me to church anymore on Sunday, so you can set your alarm and you can take me on this Sunday.
What did that old man do?
Now stop acting like that. He didn't do anything. People are going through things, Marcus, more than you realize. They're hurting more than you know.
Did he hurt you?
No, sweetheart. We're fine. We're still friends. Everything's all right.
Okay.
I'm going to go catch my bus now. I'll see you when you get home, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you be careful. Okay?
All right, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
I don't know if he'll ever understand.
Yeah, me neither. Are we talking about the same thing?
I don't know.
I don't know, whatever. Hey, did you get that conversation with me and my grandma on tape? Because viewers love my grandma about as much as they love me. Anyway, I need you to bring the cameraman to the back because I have some creations I need to make in the kitchen. And if you see my show markers in your cup, you already know that my recipes is off the chain.
Marcus.
Yeah.
First, nickety. Eat.
We'll be here every day in his place. Ba-ba-da-na, his place, his place.
All right, things are certainly heating up here at the cafe. And if you want to find out more, go to hisplace.tv. Hey, by the way, if you want to help support the program and Cornerstone Television, go to Convershakn.org and order that download there, the app for your iPhone, your iPad, or your iPod. Also on the next show, hey, guess what? One of our favorite folks, Bob Knight's going to be here to talk about all kinds of stuff, and GiGi's going to be back. Could be problems. See you next time.